للمجد والعلياء مجدي لخالق السماء.
وارفع الخفاق أخضر يحمل النور المسطر، رددي الله أكبر يا موطني.
عشت فخر المسلمين، عاش الدليل للعلم والوطن.
زارعين للمجد والعلياء.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Islamic Republic of Iran. Now, the key contributing factor to this war is also that these two countries have not declared war on each other ever, but have rather fought through proxy wars, such as in the one happening in Yemen, where the Saudi military is inside Yemen helping the government forces, while Iran has been supporting the Houthi rebels. In Syria, the Irani militia is helping Bashar al-Assad's government alongside with the Hezbollah, which is a Shia militant group, which also has a control over the Lebanese parliament. This coalition is fighting against Saudi and US-backed rebels. Now, if this generation really wants to know how this happened, because many people are not aware of what happens in Iran in the 1970s or how Saudi Arabia became rich. In the 1930s, until the 1930s, the whole of the Arabian Peninsula was ruled by one and only one Ottoman Empire. When in 1918 the Ottoman Empire was dissolved and became Turkey, these Arab tribes started fighting for the control of the Arabian Peninsula. And one tribe, particular, the Al Saud tribe, was successful and established the first Saudi state in the 1930s. Then in the mid to late 1930s, Americans and British discovered oil, and in an instant the Saudi monarchy was rich. Initially, this money was used to create buildings, roads, and to modernize the kingdom. Now, at the very same time, another country was growing, but I was having a much harder time. Iran. It was until the 1970s. Iran had even before the 1970s, Iran was a kingdom led by a Shah. Then the Shah was deposed by the Shah. Now, in 1979, a exiled cleric, Ayatollah Khomeini, came back to Iran, and he rallied the people against the Shah, the Islamic Revolution. Now, this Islamic Revolution has a lot of support in it. It has their own revolutionary guard, as it's called, and this guard helped Khomeini to depose the government of the Shah and all its American influence. But this revolution enraged, and I mean with an exclamation mark, it just terrified the Saudi government, because they thought that in Iran, because in Iran the Shah was really powerful, and he had his own police, the Savak. Now, Saudis had been now start becoming more anti-Iran, and by now the US and Saudi Arabia had just had enough of Iran. So Saddam Hussein's Iraq, which was backed by US and Saudi Arabia, invaded Iran. Now they did get into quite a bit of Iran. They did take it, but they could not reach Tehran, which was their capital. And in Iraq, they were having their troubles of their own. So they were forced to retreat. Now as this happened, these Saudis and the US was I hope you stay with us. Please join me for the second segment, in which I overview the wars and proxy wars that occurred between Saudi Arabia and Iran.
وارفع الخفاق أخضر يحمل النور المسطر، رددي الله أكبر يا موطني.
عشت فخر المسلمين، عاش الهدي للعلم والوطن.
زارعين للمجد